We love Fridays because we get to honor our teachers. Tammy Butler Stickler nominated 2 teachers this week. She told us they have secured food, clothing, and supplies for needy students and the community during this devastating flood in Beattyville. They are truly heroes working around the clock. A big thank you to Lee County Middle High School teachers Rita Chrisman and Tony Barrett. Tony teaches 8th grade language arts, and he's our Teacher of the Week.
I appreciate the nomination from one of my fellow teachers. She's a very close friend, and she has been in the thick of things with the rest of us. It's been difficult, to say the least, to see our students struggling and lose their homes, and to see our community devastated by the flood a couple of weeks ago. It's just been really, really hard. So that's why a couple of the teachers and I got together and we decided to do something to help the community.
And what are some of the ways that you've been helping?
Well, interestingly enough, another teacher, Rita Chrisman, and I got together and said, we go to church together, Community Christian Church here in Beattyville. And we said, what can we do? And we said, let's have a clothing drive. Let's get some food in. Let's get some water in. And at that point, the river was separating our county into 2 halves. So she was on one half and I was on the other half. And the high school was on her side. So she decided to, or asked the school to hold the clothing. And I was at the church holding the donations. And we worked together to kind of organize how to help the people and pass out all those donations that we've received.
And how have you been able to help your students? How are they doing? Because they've been through so much in the past year with the pandemic and now historic flooding. And you mentioned, some students losing their homes.
Yeah, they're shell shocked, just like the rest of us. But I think it's harder on the kids to deal with because they don't have the ability to see the end coming, see the light at the end of the tunnel. So we are in person 4 days a week now, and it's basically a counseling effort from all of us. We're trying to assure them that it's going to be okay and trying to meet their needs the best we can. Our Youth Service Center Director, Jennifer Wilder, has been wonderful getting supplies for them. The young man that I talked to had to actually move out of the county because he didn't have anywhere to live. So we've given him clothing, we gave them food, we gave them money, and we're going to miss them, but we understand the situation calls for that. So it's pretty sad, but we're doing okay.
What is the message that you have for your students who may be watching this? What do you want them to know?
I want them to know that I care about them deeply. Every teacher here, we love our kids. That's why we're here. And we've been through this together, and we're going to continue to go through this together. So they're not alone. And we want to make sure that they understand that someone has their back. We want to make sure that their needs are met, and at whatever cost it takes us. So we're, like I said, we just love our kids, and that's what this profession's about.
You're teaching in your hometown. This is where you grew up. What does it mean for you to be able to give back to your community in that way?
It means, I'm not going to be cliche and say it means the world to me, but it does, because I know these people. I grew up with a lot of the people, the older people I adore. They were inspirations to me. And I just want to be an inspiration to the younger folk that are in my classrooms or in the school, anybody I have contact with. I work with some kids from other schools too. And it's just a blessing for me to be able to give back.
If there's an educator you'd like to nominate for our Teacher of the Week, send us a message on Facebook or email us at bestofthebluegrass@wlex.tv.